Good day, everybody. This is Sandra the Sandini. We are here in the second of the Jasper support calls with the tapping with the EFT with Nicole. Nicole, I didn't say who you were or anything yesterday. We just went kind of dove deep into that. So maybe just say who you are, what this is about. And then also, too, we have a beautiful person who caught the replay with us today and found that it was very helpful for herself. And I was mentioning something along the lines of how, um, as I was being your echo, it was very, very powerful to be able to put that to voice, to say those words, echoing you, and maybe explain just a little bit behind that, if you don't mind, please.
Sure, sure. So I am Nicole Dubreuil de Broglio, big family history, long name. And I am an EFT tapping, which is emotional freedom techniques, tapping practitioner. I'm certified. I've gone on to do level 3 of EFT, which also includes trauma training, which was a really beautiful experience. And my job today, I'm a teacher, but my main job today is that I support children and parents to be able to learn to thrive, to have a happy, thriving family environment. And so what EFT tapping, to me, I came across it at a very, very dark period of my life. Greek had hit the financial crisis. I had a 2-year-old. I had just given birth to my youngest son. I lost my job at the nursery school that I was working at. And my husband had his own business, which, of course, he sells motorbikes and fixes them, became a luxury, and it hit us as a family hard. And now we have a newborn and a little son. And I just lost I lost it, and I hit bottom and just believed that we're on the spinning planet in the universe all on our own, and it was very scary and very frightening. Everything that I knew, you would drive to your friend's house and you knew you would pass that shoe shop on the corner over there, and everything that was familiar and known. Shops were closing down all around us. People were committing suicide, and it was very, very frightening experience for me, and I felt alone and I felt frightened. And it was during a Hay House summit that I was listening to that I came across Nick Ortner, who was explaining tapping, and I tapped along with him, and I couldn't believe how much calmer I felt just after that. And on my credit card, because I just had no money whatsoever, I was in debt to I don't know how much money by now. I came across his course that he was selling, which was called Financial Freedom and Personal Fulfillment, something like that. And I thought, that's what I need. I need financial freedom. So I just bought this on my credit card and I dove into it. And it was absolutely amazing. And at the end of the 7-week course, I realized that the financial bit wasn't actually that important. It was the personal fulfillment bit that really, really got me. And really, really, I started growing as a person, and one thing led to another, and I started getting more into the tapping and realizing small shifts in life, how much calmer I felt, how much stronger I felt. I came across a book, The Life of Pi, which was absolutely amazing. It spoke so strongly to me that I realized that we're not alone in this world. There is a higher power. We are always protected. And I began to become more resilient, and I was able to make good choices for myself, good choices for my family. And that's what we want to be able to do, and just in small things and everyday things. So where is the tapping helpful in this? The tapping is helpful because when we get stressed, when we get anxious, there's a primitive brain in us that says to us that, oh my God, you're about to be eaten by a tiger. That's what our brain, how it interprets everything. It's life or death, and it's there to protect us. And so when we are tapping because being late for work or not having a job or something like that isn't life threatening in that moment, and it's not, we don't want to go into what we call the fight, flight, or freeze, because once that happens, all the blood from our brain goes into our body, makes our muscles stronger, our heart starts beating more quickly, and certain centers in our body are shut down. So we're not going to be wanting to eat a hamburger in that moment if a tiger's about to attack us. So that gets shut down. So we're not wasting energy digesting. Your creativity gets shut down, because although there may be this beautiful sunset behind the tiger springing out at you, you don't want to be painting it in that moment. So your creativity center gets shut down, and all your muscles get stronger, and we go into, the adrenaline flows through us, our heart starts pumping, and so we can run away from that tiger or fight the tiger. All right. Obviously, these things that happen today, they are not that primitive survival instinct we need, but our body still reacts. Our body is amazing, absolutely amazing. It still reacts in a way to keep us safe. So what we want to do is send a message that actually, I need my blood in my brain right now. I need to come up with good solutions. I don't need to be fighting something or running away from something right now. And so by doing the tapping, you're sending a calming signal to the amygdala at the back of the brain to say that I'm safe, I'm well. That tiger is actually just a really, really beautiful orange and black flower. It's not going to attack me. It's not going to hurt me. And the whole body relaxes, and the blood comes pouring back up into your head, and you start to feel calmer. You get your body's natural energy system flowing again, and you're able to come up with good solutions for yourself. You get clarity on things. You can see things in a different perspective. It's like you wake up in the morning and everything's all misty. And as the day goes on and the things get warmer, the mist begins to clear, and you go, oh, look, there's my favorite bench in my garden, and there's a tree over there. And, oh, is that a bird I can see? So you start to see things. You start to get more clarity. While the words we say are important, and we focus, a lot of people say to me, but why are you only focusing on the bad things? Why are you only focusing on the negative things? The reason why that is important is because our mind and our thoughts, the subconscious mind is channeling all of this into your brain. You've got to be careful of that, be wary of that. You get all anxious, you get all stressed, and those thoughts need a voice. It's like, I don't know if any of you have had a little child and they want your attention, and you're chatting on the phone to your friend, or you're making an important phone call, and they come and they go, mommy, and you go, just a minute, and you like shoo them away, but they come back, and now they start yanking on your dress, and they go, mommy, and you go, just a minute, I'm nearly finished, just a minute. And you don't give that child the voice, and suddenly that child is screaming and shouting and having a tantrum on the floor to get your attention. And you finally snap and you go, what is it? And they go, there's a butterfly on the window, mommy. Okay, and so it wasn't that urgent. It wasn't life or death. It was so important to the child, though. And that's how our thoughts are thinking, that this is so important. They need to get that message to you. So while you are tapping on the points and you're expressing your worries and you're expressing your concerns, you're giving them a voice. And as soon as you're giving them a voice, you're releasing them. And then your brain, that panicky brain, that anxious brain, can relax and say, I got the message across. Now let's see what she's going to do with it. But at least I've done my part, and I've shared all those terrible thoughts with her. We make those stories in our head, horror stories, totally horror stories. And but they need a voice for us to be able to release them.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Nicole. I loved hearing every part of that, because it definitely put it into a whole different perspective and an understanding of that. Like yesterday, we dove right in because it was so necessary to calm our entire systems down. And now being able to be in this space where we can effectively hear what you're saying, the why and the purpose, is very, very powerful. Thank you. Where would you like to start today? I know I mentioned something. I'm not sure what the audience is needing as well. I know that some of the audience has listened to what you and I did yesterday, what you specifically did yesterday. So the persons in attendance are all in the same energetic space. And ideally, people will listen to the replay. If you're catching this, the links will be provided for the previous ones of these as well. The stacking of this is really nice as well. So where would you like to start today, Nicole?
Well, we got I think it was Barbara, is that right? That wanted to tap on the anger that had happened. And I think maybe it's time now to step into that energy of expressing the anger that we felt. We feel that this has happened, that this has had to happen, and what's the destruction that it's caused in our lives. And I say we because I feel this, I feel the energy, and I really, really feel it. So personally, the fire did not affect me, but I can definitely, I feel the pain and the destruction and the terribleness of everything that has happened there. So I'm using it as we. And so we can start there and see where that takes us. And then Sandra, you mentioned that there is some concern, sort of like the people whose houses did not get destroyed, and that they're maybe perhaps feeling guilty that they are okay. So let's see how we go, and we can either sort of do an ending with that. It might tail them nicely, or otherwise we can pick it up tomorrow. But let's just see. Yeah, does that sound good?
That sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so is there somebody who would like to be an echo today? Otherwise, I can just go and I can pause and you can each just say it in your own time. That's perfectly fine as well. Okay, so, all right. So I would love to start off with getting a little bit grounded again, and just doing the one round of the silent tapping and breathing, just to come back into our bodies again and clear our headspace out for this so that we get ready to get diving and do some work today. All right, so lovely deep breath in and out and in again and out. Okay. And tapping up by the eyebrow point. You're just going to take lovely deep breaths on every point. Let's just introduce the word safety into our thoughts. That I am safe right here, right now. I am safe. Wonderful. Well done. All right. So we're going to look at the anger that we're feeling right now inside of us. I want you to think of everything. Think of what exactly has happened that has made you angry. If you would like to share in the chat or to say something to me, we can work on those specific things. Otherwise, you can keep thoughts in your head if you would like. And while you're thinking of which aspects of all of this has really made you angry, I also want you to see where in your body are you feeling that anger? Are you feeling it in your head? Are you feeling it in your chest, in your stomach? Where in your body? I had one little girl telling me, I'm feeling it in the tip of my baby toe on my left foot. So it will show up differently for everybody. Just tune in and find out where you are feeling the anger in your body.
I'm going to try and put some of this to voice. For me, as a former Jasperite, growing up and being raised there, my first thought, of course, is to the forest, the displacement of the like the destruction of the natural Mother Nature things, and feeling like I'm judging myself that I'm not, first of all, thinking of the people, and then very much am thinking of the people and the homes that they've had their lives completely disrupted in this manner.
Anyone else want to share something with us on where they are feeling, what they are feeling angry about?
You can
That's
write it in the chat as well if you feel more comfortable writing in the chat.
right. But just keep it in your head. It's fine. It's sometimes all of this is just to, if you give it if you hold it and you're thinking about what is making you specific to you angry in your body, and you just state it to yourself right now. You can write it down on a piece of paper in front of you, and you're just saying the words out loud right now, and we start to do the tapping. Your body will tune in to that, and the tapping will work for that specific thing as well. So it's fine. All right. So what I want you to do now, yesterday we did no rating at all because it was very, very important that we just accept that it's happened. As difficult as that it is, we accept what has happened and we accept how we are feeling about what's happened. More important. So right now, though, we're dealing with anger, which is quite tangible. And I would like you to rate that anger on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 is like the most angry you are feeling. You're furious that this has happened. And 0, actually, anger, I'm not feeling angry about it at all. And maybe another emotion is coming up for you. So then your anger would be down at a 0. So just, if you can, find a number, write it down in front of you. Oh, Sandra, I don't know if you want to share your number with us. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, really and truly. You know your numbers, you keep them there. And as we're going through the rounds, I want you to note what is happening. We'll stop at some point and we will check in again with that number. Okay. All right. So deep breath in and out. And another deep breath in and out. And just tapping on the side of your hand. Repeat after me. Even though I am so angry that this had to happen, the destruction, the waste that came out of it has really, really made me angry. I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I really am so angry, when I think about the destruction of a whole forest, the wildlife that lived in that forest, I really, really get angry. And I can feel all that anger in my body. I accept and honor how I am feeling. Even though when I think about the destruction of people's homes, of buildings, of businesses, that didn't have to happen. These people worked hard to get their homes. They worked hard to build their businesses. And it all was taken away. I still deeply and completely love, honor, and accept how I'm feeling. all of this anger. I feel so angry. I feel so much anger in my body about this. I am really, really angry. Good people lost their homes, lost their businesses, and they have to start from scratch again. I am really, really angry about this. I feel all this anger in my body. What a waste. And it's left people feeling devastated, put into very insecure surroundings. I get so angry when I think of that. These people had a job and a way of life and their family. They had dreams and hopes. And their lives were turned upside down. All of a sudden, out of the blue, their lives were turned upside down. For no reason at all. And that makes me angry. I feel all of this anger in my body. When I think about the beautiful wildlife, those animals were so innocent. The trees were just happily growing in their forest. They couldn't run away. They just got destroyed. When I look at the town today and I see the destruction that has taken place, I feel so angry. All of this anger in my body. I really feel angry about this. So much anger in me right now. Okay, take a deep breath in. So I want you to tune into that number that you wrote in the beginning, that you wrote down, and see what's happened now. Is it the same? Has it gone up? Has it come down? If the number is the same, then perhaps it's time to put anger a little bit on the side, because there's something lying underneath the anger that needs to be dealt with first before your body can start releasing the anger. If it's gone up, we've touched on a real sensitive point in you, and we will carry on tapping on that. And if it's gone down, it means that the body is willing to release some of the anger, and we can keep on going and releasing it slowly, slowly. So if you want to share with me, just so that other people that are catching the replay can see how this works, then we can take it as a point and see how we're going to move on from this point.
For myself, I was literally 7 to 11, feeling more the 11 than the 7 when we started. And I feel, then I saw one of the comments that someone had written in the chat about being sad versus being angry. And I acknowledged that sadness and then explored the anger, because you were speaking about anger, and realized that I was actually possibly holding on to anger about this. And my number has dropped to a comfortable 3. I also find it really interesting that these tapping points, which I'll talk to you about after, just where they're hitting is really interesting for me right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if Sandra, anybody would like, I have a chart with tapping points on it. Just the ones that we're using today, that if anybody would like a chart, if they wanted to do a little bit of tapping on their own, I'm quite happy to send that to you and you can get it out to people. Okay. All right. So while we were going through it, let's just have a little check-in. Sandra, can I just use you here so that people can see how they can use this on their own now? All
Yes.
right. I just want to check in with you. So is the main emotion that you are feeling now, is it still anger? Are you still, you said your anger's dropped down to a comfortable 3, so that's great, okay? So, but there's still stuff to be cleared up there, all right? The 3 is not a 0. So is it still anger?
Interestingly enough, it's still piggybacking on what was said yesterday because I'm still feeling so much disbelief.
Okay. And let's just check in now. Are you still angry about the destruction of Mother Nature? The destruction of the homes, the disruption in people's lives? Is that what it's still, are you still angry about, or is there anything else coming through?
I am really unsure. I know my mind is telling me what it should be feeling. And,
Okay.
and I don't want to trust that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to
Mhm.
trust that I should be feeling this way.
Okay. There is no right and there is no wrong in this. Okay. And someone in the chat is saying that her number, which was, I think she wrote, was a 6 in the beginning, has now gone down to a 3 as well. So that's absolutely amazing. Really, really good. Okay. So there is no right and there's no wrong. And, you know, tapping loves metaphors and it loves guesswork. Absolutely loves them. So let's play around a little bit with that. So if you could give your anger a color right now, what color would you give it?
A reddish purple haze.
Reddish purple haze. Okay. And if it was, let's just choose an animal. If that anger was an animal, what animal would it be?
A lion.
A lion. Okay. And that lion, is it roaring right now?
Stalking and roaring, yes.
And what is it seeing? What is it roaring about? What do you think it finds threatening that it's going to roar and show its anger?
Mm.
For
The
the lion.
remaining, yeah,
Don't worry about the town. Don't worry about the wildlife. The lion. What is the lion angry about right now?
the remaining danger.
The remaining danger. Okay. All right. So let's go. Even though I have this reddish purplish anger left in me, I'm just going to love and honor that about myself. Even though my anger is a lion and it's roaring and stomping around because of the remaining danger to him and perhaps to his tribe, I'm going to love, honor, and accept that. Even though I have this roaring anger inside of me, because there is still danger to everybody. And the lion in me is furious about that. And Sandra, I would like to explore this one step further. Why is the lion furious about the remaining danger? Does he think that maybe some steps could be taken to for protecting and the people concerned aren't taking them. Why is he angry that the threat hasn't gone away? Is he scared that it's going to come back again? What is that remaining danger saying to the lion?
That it's a new danger.
It's a new danger, and he's not sure if it's completely over. He's feeling unsure and a bit insecure.
Yes.
All right. So even though this roaring, angry lion is feeling insecure, and that could be what's making him angry, because this is a new danger, a new threat to him. And he's not sure that it's over, and he's not sure how to protect himself and his tribe. I'm going to love, honor, and accept myself. This angry lion that's roaring and stomping around, there's a fear in him. He feels helpless because he's never faced a danger like this before. He looks around at the destruction that this danger has caused him, and he doesn't know where to begin to recover from it. And he doesn't know if the danger has passed or not. This lion is feeling so insecure at the moment. So he's stomping and roaring. He's filled with so much anger because he doesn't know the situation. It's so unfamiliar to him that it's scary. He's angry because he doesn't feel in control anymore. He's angry because he doesn't know the next steps. And he's angry because he doesn't know if the danger is past or not. And that's so unlike him. He's the king of the jungle. He knew his position very well and exactly what was happening. And all that was taken away from him. He feels powerless, and that makes him angry. He doesn't know if the danger has passed, and that makes him angry. This angry lion, stomping and roaring. I choose to give this angry lion a hug. I choose to let the angry lion know that right now he is safe. Right now, right here, his tribe is safe. And that he's a very wise lion. And he can sense danger coming. And although he didn't sense this danger coming, he's now added that to his skill set. And he'll know what to do in the future. The lion has increased his powerful skill set. He's become an even stronger king of the jungle. The lion is increasing his skill set, and I'm letting him know that. I'm giving him a hug, and I'm telling him he's still the king of the jungle, and he's got this. Take a beautiful deep breath in and out. So we're going to check back in with that number. Okay. And we're going to check again. Is it up? The same? Has it gone down? All right. Sandra, do you want to give us some feedback here for you?
Sure. Mine has come down to a 0. I'm feeling really nicely, and I'm really recognizing as well that this was very much about the fireman who lost his life and that new danger. So I'm so glad that it came up in such a natural way and that I recognize that. So thank you very much.
Okay, okay. And just checking the chat, if we got any feedback now. Does anybody want to put some of their experience in the chat? You know, sharing what's going on for you can help other people as well when they are doing this from the replay as well. Okay. So sometimes when we, like Sandra said to me that, you know, she doesn't know. I asked her if it was still angry at the original points that she gave me, and she said, I don't know. So play around with it. Bring in your metaphors. Find out the color of that anger. Find out if the anger represents an animal or something else, and then ask that animal questions. And it's much easier. Your subconscious mind loves it, and it's much easier to find the answers to it. And so you can do that, and then you tap on the animal, and sometimes just removing it from being your own personal experience allows that number to come down even more. Okay. All right, that was beautiful. Anybody still feeling angry? Just rewind and keep tapping on it. Even if, you know, it's the same words again and again. The words are just tapping into feelings. You use your words if you want, and the words are just bringing the feelings up. And that's what we want. We want the feeling to come bubbling up so that we can tap on the feeling. Excellent. All right, so Sandra, what do you think? Should we go and do a little bit around the guilt for the people who didn't lose their houses and businesses and everything? And tomorrow perhaps we can go and do sadness. Sadness, I feel, is going to be quite a big one, and the grief and the loss. So what do you think would be, or anybody else wanting to share with us, if by tapping on anger, maybe a different emotion came up, that we can start on that?
Yeah. We'll just give the participants another 30 seconds to write in the chat if they choose to. And what we've covered today has been really very beneficial. I'm not sure that we need to go into the guilt piece. Like I'm feeling.
No, I'm just looking at the time as well, and maybe not to open, but we can do some lovely closure around the anger.
Yeah. And there's also comments in the chat now that you might want to take a peek at.
Okay. All right. So 2, I am accepting and ready to help. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? That is wonderful. Purple, and I have a picture in mind.
Pika, it's a small little animal. Pika,
it's a little animal, and it's looking for a home. That's wonderful. And if the piker is angry, you can tap on what the anger is. Maybe it can't find a home, and it's angry about that it's lost its home and it can't find it. Okay, that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay, all right. So let's just do a lovely closing round on the anger. Okay, let's make a little butterfly and come down over to our chest and have a little butterfly hug. All right, so even though there might be some remaining anger in me, and we've got a question about using life rep, whatever suits you, it doesn't really matter. I like this hand, that's how I was taught. Sometimes I even tap with both hands, or you can just tap with your left hand on either side of the body, and it still works. It's just putting a little bit of pressure, that tapping pressure, gentle tapping on those meridian points, just starts that energy to flow beautifully around your body again. Okay. So even though I might have a bit of remaining anger inside of me, that's okay. And I'm going to be okay with that. Even though certain things have really made me angry about what has happened, I'm just going to let my anger have a voice and know that it's perfectly normal and perfectly fine for me to be angry. Even though I might have tapped my anger down today, something could happen tomorrow and I could get triggered by it again. That's okay. I'm just going to love that about myself. This event has been devastating. And the truth of the matter is, I feel an overwhelming amount of different emotions inside of me. Anger is just one of them. But today I've given that anger a voice. I've let it speak its mind to me. I've honored it and appreciated it. And I'm now ready to let it go. I am releasing any remaining anger that might be inside of me. And I'm giving my body permission to keep on releasing anger as things come up and I can be triggered. I give my body full permission to release all of that anger, releasing any remaining anger inside of me. And I'm going to channel that anger into being able to give me energy, to fuel my love, so that I can step up and help where I can. And if I don't feel that I'm ready to help, I'm just going to accept that and love that about myself as well. That's okay. Even sending people love and light, just with my thoughts, is helping. And if that's what I can do today, that's okay. That is good enough. I am good enough. I am good enough. It's been a devastating event. It's really thrown me. It's taught me how fragile life can be. And I'm going to love and cherish that about myself. Releasing any remaining anger around us. Letting it all go now. Okay.
Thank you. That was beautiful. As Nicole mentioned, if you are triggered, we've put a little blurb with this where I posted so that you can reach out to her to get further help. We do have 2 more calls as well to assist you, as well as the one that was done yesterday. And all of those are available for you. Any final words that you'd like to include, Nicole?
I think just be slow, just go gentle. You know, there's a song that used to mean so much to me, and that is, I can only go as fast as the slowest part of me is prepared to go. And it's so, so true. So please just keep loving yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Don't push yourself. You don't have to get over this today. That's not what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do is just make you feel a little bit better about it, a little bit stronger about it, so that you can start slowly, slowly to pick up and to be able to carry on and show up for yourself and show up for your loved ones. That's all. If all we've accomplished today is that you feel 1% better now than that you did at the beginning of the call, that's amazing. That is wonderful. And then you can build on that. And every day you can just get 1% more better and 1% more better. And soon it'll all gather up. Don't push yourselves. Go gentle, go slow. It's all good.
Thank you.